Hey YouTube, Michelle here. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much. I want to focus on 10 things that I wish I had known prior to having vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG. So let's jump right into those 10 things. They're in no particular order, just the order that they came to my mind. So first one is that relationships will change. Personal relationships, so your friends, your lovers, your husband, wife, girlfriend, your relationships are going to change. And I'm not really sure why they change. I don't know if it's because your mindset's changing, your personality's changing as you become more self-confident. I'm not really sure, but I don't know if you've heard, there is sort of a trend of people divorcing after one of the spouses has weight loss surgery. So it's not, unfortunately, an isolated incident. But yeah, be prepared for that. Relationships change. Relationships that you value, make sure that you have conversations prior to having the surgery and during the whole process of how you're feeling, how that person's feeling, and that everyone's feelings are validated. And just be aware that the relationship you have now isn't going to be the same one that you have after the surgery. What I want to talk about is that you can go out to eat. The doctors, talk to me about not being able to go out to eat, or if I went out to eat, I would have to maybe order from a children's menu, or, which, God, that would be so embarrassing. Give you like a little card that says, oh, she had weight loss surgery, so please let her make substitutions or order from a different menu. I have never pulled out that card. Maybe some of y'all have. You're a bigger person than me. I could not do it. So let me just say, you absolutely 110% can go out to eat. You just have to be creative in what you order and get a box, get a to-go box. What I usually do is I will order whatever I want to eat, and keeping in mind my macros for the day, my proteins and carbs and all that, of course. And I'll just ask for a box right away, and I'll put most of it in the box and just eat what I would normally eat. And nobody ever gives me any kind of look. It's totally fine. Another thing you can do is share. If it's just you and one other person, or even you and a group of people, share with another person or with one other person. Order an appetizer instead of a meal. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do, but don't hesitate. I mean, I love going out to eat, and some of my family's favorite restaurants we still go to. I just don't eat like I used to. And I kind of like going out to eat now, because I have a meal for days, or for several meals at least. If I order a regular meal from a restaurant that I would normally go to, that meal will actually be 5 meals or 4 meals. So, it's kind of cool. All right. And next one I want to talk about is not to become obsessed with the scale. Do not do it. I do that. I do this. When I first got the surgery, I was weighing every single day. And at the beginning, it was okay because I was losing pretty much every single day, at least, a few ounces here and there. And so it kind of got me, pumped and revved up. And so I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But once you start getting, 5 months out, 6 months out, and so on, you're not going to be losing as quickly. And you may even have stalls and gains. And if you're weighing yourself too much, you're going to put an undue amount of pressure on yourself. And I have done this since the beginning. Just this past week, I have made a pledge to only weigh myself on one particular day, 1 day a week. And that's it. I don't do it any more than 1 day a week. And it's very hard because I see that scale, and maybe I'm going to have to put it away, or put it in a different room, or hide it in a closet or something, so that it takes work to get it out, because it's hard. It's hard not to look at that scale. But you can't obsess over it because you're just going to drive yourself insane. The next one, number 4, that I want to talk about is kind of goes hand in hand with the relationship one I mentioned, is that true friends will reveal yourself. Bleh. True friends will reveal themselves during this process. People that you don't even know will support you. I have to say that I've gotten such support from people that I don't see in real life or that much in real life. People that I haven't talked to in a long time have come out of the woodwork. Strangers on the different social media platforms, people in the same community, the weight loss community, so supportive. And friends that I thought really wanted what was best for me and really would support me haven't. And I've been really surprised by that. I have this one friend, she's super passive aggressive, she's on my Facebook, and yeah, I see her in real life, and anytime I've ever seen her, she never ever says anything about my weight loss. Never says, way to go, good job, how's it going, how you feeling, you look great, nothing. And when I post updates on my social media accounts, everyone comments except for this person. And this person is someone who, I thought that I was close to. And it just, it's kind of hurtful, but, you just got to figure out people like that, they're just jelly. It's something wrong with them, not you. So, don't bother. Those that are your true friends, like I said, will reveal themselves, and, that's who you got to cling to. So, and if you're lucky like me, you have a really supportive family. My kids are awesome, and, you lean on those who let you lean on them. And, one simple thing that I didn't think too much of, when I started losing weight, I got rid of most of my clothes and just, started buying, which you should not do. You should not start buying clothes, or at least not too many clothes right away, because you're going to keep changing, you're going to keep losing, you're going to keep changing sizes. But my recommendation for you is to keep some of those pre-op clothes so that you can compare later. Everybody likes to see, the picture of somebody holding out their pants after they've lost so much weight, or the baggy shirt, and I didn't really keep those things. So I kind of wish I did. I wish I could compare the then and now kind of thing. So do that. Along with that, what number am I on? Like 6? Yeah. So along with that is to take lots and lots of pictures and lots of measurements throughout the whole thing. Yeah, you're going to be weighing yourself, hopefully not obsessively, but yeah, measure. Get a tape measure, measure your waist, your thighs, your hips, your bust, your neck, because you want to keep track of those non-scale victories, those NSVs, because you're probably going to be losing a lot more inches than you realize. Weight is easy, right? You get on the scale and I've lost 2 pounds, it's gone. But unless you're consistently measuring, you don't realize that in a month, maybe you've lost 10 inches. Maybe you've only lost, 2 pounds, but you've lost 10 inches. So you want to keep track of that. It's a real confidence booster, real self-esteem booster. Plus, it's really cool to look back and see where you started and where you are now. And once you get to your goal weight, to see where you end up. So yeah, take lots of measurements. This one's kind of, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it. Gas. Okay? Okay. Excuse me, my throat was getting dry there. Gas. I'll talk about this more in another video. As far as right after surgery, you are full of gas because they pump your stomach full of gas, bloat you up so that they can do the surgery. And it's painful and it's uncomfortable. And a lot of people talk about, using Gas X, packing it in the hospital bag. That never worked for me, still doesn't work for me. Nothing gas related as far as medication has ever worked for me. The only thing that works is moving. If you're moving, walking, running, well, I don't run, but you know, maybe you do. Moving, walking around, stomping around, marching, you know, whatever, jogging in place, I do that. You're gonna move the gas around and it's gonna come out. It's gonna blast out. Blast an ass is what you're gonna have. Like you will not believe. Like you will not believe. It gets better as far as the pain and stuff goes, but I'm, you know, 7 months out and the gas is unreal. It's there. It's there. And I think it's always going to be there, and it's just something that my family and I have to live with. So yeah, be prepared for that. I think 8, right? Or 9. Yeah, 9, I think we are. Yeah, 9. One thing that a lot of people talk about in their videos that I watched before I had the surgery and throughout my journey is head hunger. Everybody talks about head hunger, how even though you have the surgery, you may not feel physically hungry, but you're gonna want to eat. You're gonna feel emotionally hungry, or you're gonna think you're hungry even if you're not because you didn't eat very much food or whatever. And I don't know if I would call it necessarily head hunger, but one thing that's been really hard for me through this, dealing with this surgery, having had the surgery, is sometimes you just want to fucking eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, you know, holidays, obviously, you know, you can't at Thanksgiving like you used to. And that's hard. But you kind of expect that. You expect the holidays to be a little bit hard. But I'm talking about just like normal days, like movie nights with the fam, you know, with especially me and my girls, you know, we want to get pizza and salsa and chips and popcorn, and, you know, we used to be able to do all that. And now it's like, I just really want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do what I used to do, but I cannot do it, right? And not just because I shouldn't, but because physically I cannot do it. And, you know, it seems sort of stupid and ridiculous, but it's sort of depressing. It's kind of hard to deal with that because you cannot do what you want to do. So it's sort of sucky in a way that, you know, before the surgery, we would eat a bunch of food and then hate ourselves, right? After the surgery, we can't eat a bunch of food and we're pissed about that. So I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to feel that way. I expected to be happy that I couldn't eat a bunch of food. Happy that, you know, my restriction was such that I couldn't overeat. But yeah, I miss it sometimes. Sometimes I just miss it. I miss that Chinese buffet, girl. And the last thing I want to talk about is just sort of an overall, it kind of goes with all of these, is not to lose yourself in it. And what I mean by that is that the weight loss surgery, VSG, or bypass, or whatever it is that you had done, is a part of your story, but it's not you. It's not the whole that is you. People get sick of hearing about it. Sometimes, the people in your life, you know. I know my kids have said to me before, like, can we talk about something else? Yeah, we get it. Just think about that. Yeah, obviously, I'm talking about it right now, so it's a huge part of your life. It is your lifestyle, but it's not all that you are, right? You started out as you, and you're still you, just with a smaller stomach, or, you know, whatever. So don't get lost in it. Don't focus your whole life on it. Still enjoy the things that you used to enjoy doing. Still be who you were. You can still do all the things that you used to do, and now that you're smaller, probably a lot more things that you want to do. So, you know, enjoy it, and don't lose yourself in it. Don't lose yourself in it. So those were the 10 things I wish I had known before having weight loss surgery. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Talk to you soon.